So Revelation chapter 5. This chapter is one where the only adequate response is, wow. It shows heaven's perspective on what Jesus did when he died on the cross and heaven's response, which is worship. So, verse 1, then I saw in the right hand of him who sat on the throne a scroll with writing on both sides and sealed with 7 seals. Now, you know when we get post come through our door, we kind of know what sort of document it is because of the envelope or the packaging. So to the original hearers of John's letter, they'd have heard, oh, so a scroll with writing on both sides. That means it's a legal document. Back then, a legal document was always written on both sides so no one could add to it. Then, if you went on to say, oh, and it was sealed with 7 seals, they'd have gone, right, so that's obviously a will. Back then, when a person made their will, they got 7 people to witness it, to seal it, and then ensure it got acted out after they died. So in Revelation 5, this scroll held in the right hand of God is seen to be the final unchangeable will of God, his plans and his purposes for his world and his people. So that's why when no one is found worthy enough to open the scroll, John weeps. It's the sobs of a man desperate to know God's will and plans for redeeming a messed up, broken world. So as John's eyes are full of tears, he hears a voice. Verse 5, do not weep. See, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, has triumphed. He is able to open the scroll and its 7 seals. So John, we assume, does what he's told, wipes the tears from his face, maybe blows his nose, and looks up to see this Lion of Judah and sees a lamb. And not just a lamb with all the marks of being slaughtered on it. And yet we're told this lamb has got 7 horns, which symbolises complete power, and 7 eyes, which symbolises complete knowledge. So an incredible picture of a lamb bearing the marks of suffering and sacrifice, yet at the same time clothed in power and majesty. In Jesus we have the wounded healer, the defeated conqueror, the humble king, the one of all surpassing glory and majesty whose knowledge includes the personal experience of suffering, pain and death. I'm so grateful that we worship a God who understands pain, who has experienced human suffering, who when we go through hard times really gets it. So this Lion who is a lamb is worthy to open the scroll. He takes it, and as he does so, an incredible picture of worship breaks out. The passage said, and when he had taken it, the 4 living creatures, the 24 elders, fell down before the Lamb. Each one had a harp, and they were holding golden bowls of incense, which are the prayers of the saints. This tells us some really important things about prayer. Prayer is significant. It reaches heaven. It doesn't stay on the edges. It goes right to the throne room of God. It's precious. It's held in bowls that are golden. You know, we might think or hope we could pray more fluently, put our words together better. We might imagine our prayers don't really count, but to God they're so precious. And as the prayers are presented to God, the elders sing a new song, and the theme of the song is how the sacrificial death of Christ has purchased people from every tribe and nation. What happens next is brilliant. What we see is the first example of a Mexican wave of worship. What we think happens at the Big Tent and Soul Survivor, it might be called. It's nothing compared to the heavenly Mexican wave we see here. It starts in verse 8 with the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders singing a new song. Then go to verse 11 where their praise is picked up by the voice of many angels, numbering thousands upon thousands and 10,000s upon 10,000s. Then verse 13, I heard every creature in heaven, on earth and under the earth and on the sea and all that's in them singing. You know, here we see that heaven is revealed as the homeland of music, of worship. All of heaven and earth is designed to join together in a great crescendo of worship to God.